I knew Messi was going to win, Sha, with all the people that were up.
And I was ready to win.
Hey Betha, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it. Okay guys, please excuse this hair. Okay, I know this hair needs to go, birthday is over, but yeah, I've not really had the time to do it, so we're gonna fix that up soon. Okay, but for now, let's talk about this show I saw on YouTube. I actually watched it on YouTube and I'm like, oh my god, Betha, you need to talk about this. And outside of the fact that I knew I wanted to talk about the show, a couple of you told me in the last video I posted that you would love to see a review of that particular show, because I mean, it had our faves and all of that. Okay, of course, by now, if you do not know the show I'm talking about the Blackbox Roundtable conversation that was held on Bounce TV. So Bounce TV is a YouTube channel, so I'm going to actually put the link of that particular video in my description box so you can check it out for yourselves. Okay, now for this show here, we had the host Ebuka. Yes, the host with the most. Okay, Ebuka Obi Uchendu, and he had quite a number of our faves. I mean, our female faves from different seasons of the Big Brother Naija show. Now, for this particular episode of the show, I don't know if they would do like the male version and all of that, but this one had our female housemates that we loved so much at one point or the other. Okay, we had 8 housemates in total, and I'm going to break them down for you guys, you know, according to their seasons and their groups. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this particular episode, you know, had to do with the ladies, the it ladies, you know, during their season. So what that means is, you know, the ladies that were talked about the most, or you know, the ladies that were just in our faces, you know, something about them just kind of struck a difference. And yeah, these were the ladies that we had on this particular Blackbox Roundtable conversation. Okay, so like I was saying, yeah, we had T-Boss and Bisola, and of course these two powerful women, you know, were from the C Gobe season. That's the season 2 of the Big Brother Naija show. We also had Cece and Alex from the Double Wahala season of Big Brother Naija show. That was actually season 3. And then we had Mercy and Tacha, of course, from the Pepper Them Gang season 4 of the Big Brother Naija show. And then of course they were followed by Erica and Dorothy from the Lockdown season of the Big Brother Naija show, and that was actually the season 5 of the show. Now of course we'll say, where did Shine Your Eye housemates now? They're not dead there, blah blah blah. See, Shine Your Eye season 6 housemates, they're still all over the place. We really don't know what is happening with them yet in terms of, you know, rivalries and all of that. I mean, they're just still in the phase of, you know, getting to settle in and all of that. I know it's been months, but you guys know how they say after 1 year, you know, then we can say, okay, yes, this person. I mean, look at Cece and Alex. Since the show ended, we just know that there's this rivalry between the both of them, you know, Tacha and Mercy, Bisola and T-Boss. If you guys get the drift, you know, Erica and Dorothy. I mean, with Erica and Dorothy, it wasn't even a lot like that, but yeah, these were the women on the show. So in total, we had 8 housemates: Bisola, T-Boss, Mercy, Tacha, Cece, Alex, Dorothy, Erica. Yeah, 8 housemates, 8 female housemates from different seasons. Okay, and of course it was just a very chilled show, guys. They were basically just talking about a lot of things. I mean, anything that came up, they talked about it, you know. And for me, I really enjoyed watching it, and I was open to new things that I did not know. For example, the strong friendship between Bisola and T-Boss. Guys, taking your minds back to C Gobe season, I know I didn't start reviewing Big Brother Naija show up until I think Miracle set. That was the Double Wahala season. So I know for sure that I did not particularly follow through with the whole C Gobe season and all of that. I mean, I watched it here and there, but it wasn't so clear. But listening to these ladies today, I just realized that, my God, there are certain times when you feel like these two housemates are beefing one another, but in reality, they are best of friends. Okay, guys, T-Boss and Bisola are literally very close. Like, they share a very strong friendship. Like, they didn't even let the whole fan base, whatever, you know, pour Sansan inside their Gary. No, they stood strong. They understood what their friendship was about. They understood what they meant to each other. And wow, guys, I was so impressed just really listening to the both of them. They had their fights, okay, they had the most epic fights in their season, but fight or not, they still have each other's back up until today. That's how they just took the light, okay? That's how they took the light. But we're just going to continue, okay? Anyways, like I was saying, T-Boss actually told us how she and Bisola have been able to manage their friendships, how they will spend time together. Every time Bisola comes into Abuja, they will chill together and all of that. And part of the things that actually drew T-Boss to Bisola was the fact that Bisola had always talked about her daughter Layla. There was this waterproof story that they ended up not talking to us about, and just how strong Bisola was about the whole thing. I mean, T-Boss is also a single mom, but from what she said, she knew that Bisola didn't have it easy and all of that, guys. It was really, really sweet to watch. Like, both of them kept on going at each other, not like in a bad way, but just say, oh, do you remember that conversation we had by this place? Do you remember the conversation we had by the lobby? Do you all of those kind of things. It was just really nice. I kept on smiling from ear to ear, guys. I'm never going to lie. But yeah, from the beginning of the show, Ebuka had asked them, in a sentence or in a word, just tell us, where's your life at right now? Like, what's your experience been like? And almost all the 8 ladies kept on saying they were grateful. I mean, they were grateful for different things, but gratitude was the key word there. But for Sisi, she said her life is in alignment. She knows where she wants to be, she's working towards it, and all of that, basically. And then of course Ebuka threw a question at Bisola and Dorothy. Seeing that these 2 ladies were the runner-ups and all of that, Ebuka wanted to know if they felt like it was just the show that promoted more male winners, or I mean, he just wanted to know why we had more guys as winners as opposed to, Mercy's season, where there was now a lady, Mercy, as the winner and all of that. And for Bisola, she just felt like, you know what? If you look at the whole idea behind Big Brother, you will tell that it's ladies that vote more, for people during the show. I mean, guys watch the show and they vote, but then the population of viewers and people that vote are mostly ladies, and that's almost always higher. So for her, it's like, girls will always want to vote for guys. It's just what it is. Like, they might be attracted to the guy, his story. It might just be the guy's swag, or maybe just the whole pity party thing. It just has to be something. And again, because the girls are mostly attracted to the guys, it's easier for them to want to vote for guys and all of that. And Bisola also mentioned that, with the whole Mercy winning, it was just a conscious and deliberate effort. Like, people were just tired of having guys as the winners and all of that, and that moment we're just like, what, Mercy is going to win. Dorothy kind of disagreed with what Bisola had said. For her, Mike was loved, but then he wasn't loved as much as they loved Mercy because he was married, he's from Yankee, he had an accent, blah 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 blah.
In Mercy's case, it was a deliberate and conscious effort. People were just tired. We're tired of having the say, no, this time around this babe is worth it, and we're gonna give it to her.
Do you agree?
No.
You don't?
Not necessarily.
With what? Okay, what don't you agree with?
I feel like with Mercy, there wasn't and I love Mike a lot, but there wasn't like a stronger contender. The fact that he was married took a little bit away from
that was a plus for him. That was a plus for him.
See,
now let me tell you.
That's how I
Mike
feel.
being married was the reason he stayed that far.
Now, the other ladies kind of disagreed with Dorothy, and I disagree with Dorothy as well. As much as I agree that, when you have an accent, when you come from Obodo Igbo, it's always very, kind of difficult for people to want to vote for you, because there's this popular opinion that, once you come from abroad, your life is already made. What are you looking for a Big Brother house again? But saying that the reason Mike did not win was because of that, I do not agree. Mike actually stayed that long in the house because he was married, because he respected himself. He knew what he wanted to do. I mean, his game was really clear from the beginning. He did not disrespect his wife. You would never find Mike in, certain situations and all of that. So no, I do not think that part of the reasons Mike did not win was because he was married or because he had an accent. It was just a clear case of, this year it has to be a lady. And I like what one of the housemates said. The person pointed out that if Tacha were to be in the house, it would have still been between Mercy and Tacha, and there would have still been a female winner. I think it was Sissy that said that. It would have still been a female winner. So it's not a case of because I get the whole because you're from Yankee, people will not want to vote you. But what that even does for you is when you come from Yankee, you will not even stay long in the house and then they will vote you out. But Mike stayed long in the house, so it had nothing to do with, him being from Yankee, him being married and all of that. It was just a clear case of his game was legit. He knew what he was doing there. He wasn't dulling us like, oh, I'm married, so I will not do this. Like, Nee was just giving me Papa Madu vibes, Papa Madu, my father, Mike's game was pure and we loved Mike genuinely, but we just knew that he wasn't going to win. Ebuka actually asked Alex, if you were not in your season of the Big Brother Naija show, what season would you have loved to be? And she said she would have loved to be in the C Gobe season because they were mature. Ebuka asked Bisola what season she would have loved to be in. Bisola said she would have loved to be in her own season, C Gobe. Because for her, it is either Sigobi or nothing else. He asked Erica the same question, and Erica said she would have loved to be in Mercy and Tacha's season. And then Dorothy was like, see, madam, you would have not been able to survive it. And for Erica, it's like, no, it's not about surviving it, yeah. For her, she felt like the housemates in Pepper Dem gang, yeah, once they have an issue with one another, they face it heads on. Like, they will shout and shout, quarrel and quarrel, and then if they settle, they settle. If not, they move on. But then for her sets, for the lockdown set, it was almost like everybody was just a pioneer of love and light. Meanwhile, there was this whole case of passive aggression. Like, I'm not cool with you, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm not cool with you. I'm just going to pretend that I'm cool with you. But then when I'm having conversations with another set of housemates, you are going to be the center of our discussion. For Erica, that kind of made her feel a lot more tensed. She just really hated the thought of being in the house and all of that. And I understand what Erica is saying. Like, they did that a lot with the whole lockdown season. You don't like me. Tell me you don't like me. Don't come and be acting like you like me. And then when I'm not there, you are now really coming out to say things about me. So, man, I kind of understand what Erica was saying. Anyways, Ebuka also asked Tacha, and Tacha said she would have loved to be in the Shine Your Eye house. And, for her, there was no particular reason. But, she mentioned that one of the housemates from the Shine Your Eye season that she really loves so much is Angel, because, Angel acted her age. She did not come to say, oh, I'm 21, but I have to act 30. She was herself. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. And for her, that was something that endeared Angel, to her and all of that. And yeah, she just would have loved to be in the Shine Your Eye season for no particular reason at all, okay? They also talked about the whole rivalry thing and how, people always pitch people against one another. For example, you see how they were pitching Tacha against Mercy, Mercy against Tacha, Sissy against Alex. So Ebuka wanted to understand if that was a thing, or if it was just a misconception that people have. And for Sissy, she mentioned that it's actually a thing. The whole rivalry thing is serious, okay? Even Bisola admitted that. A lot of them actually admitted that it was a serious issue. But then again, it boils down to the housemates involved. For example, Bisola and T-Boss, they did not let what people were saying affect them. Now, they understand the fact that, with rivalry comes a lot of endorsements. Brands want to endorse A while the other one wants to endorse B so that they can be at loggerheads, things like that. For Bisola, she just feels like if the housemates in question can just come together and say, what, say me and you will not get issues. We're not beefing one another, but let's just go with the flow because there's money to be made. Plus, there's this whole tension of 1 year after Big Brother, if you don't make enough money, you are on your own because the next season will just come and then they will forget you. So everybody just wants to really thrive on that 1 year, everybody coming for you. You want to take all the brand deals, everything, plus one way makes sense, plus one way don't make sense. You just want to pack everything. For T-Boss and Bisola, it's like, it would have been nicer if people can just come together and say, oh yeah, we know what, we don't have issues and there's money to be made, let's just go with the flow. But just make sure that both of you have an understanding. You cannot be assuming that this other person knows that it's just business. When you now post things and they react, you now start saying, oh, why did they do this? You need to just have that agreement. For Tacha, it's like, I don't think there's any need for all this rivalry thing because again, before you know it, they'll forget about your season and move on to the next season. What matters most to Tacha is, what have you been able to do with yourself and yourself as a brand, as opposed to just fighting everybody because, oh, once you fight, you'll be in the blogs. Like, it's not about the blogs. What have you been able to do for yourself? How have you improved on yourself? Guys, I really love this show because it just made me see some of these housemates in a different light, just really speaking with so much poise, so much elegance. Like, oh my god, they have grown so much. The thing is, when you go on the show, you're a different person. When you come out, the first 1 year, you're a different person, and then, you know, the year after, you're actually a different person. Okay, it's always very difficult to remain the same because a lot of things happen. You know, like Alex said, you know, for the first few months, you're basically doing things to please people. You don't even know your grounds yet. You don't know your bearing. It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. And I feel like as fans or as baby Naija fanatics and all of that, we need to really chill sometimes because these people are human beings. They are not machines. They are not robots. And, you know, every single time we try to push them here, push them there, it kind of affects them. So we need to also factor that sometimes when you are fanning somebody. I stand you. Like, it's a lot. Okay, I know that Big Brother Naija fans, we can be a lot, but we need to know when to really slow things down or just tone it down a bit. I know I'm just making noise because once the show starts now, you see I stand there. Nobody's even going to pay attention to what Betha is saying right now. So yeah, guys, just let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Like I said, the link to this show that I just talked about will be in my description box. So just check it out, watch it as well. And yeah, let's talk. Yeah, let's have a conversation. Thank you guys so much for, you know, telling me to review it. I definitely enjoyed doing it. Like, I'm sure I've been smiling like from ear to ear and all of that. But yeah, it was so nice listening to them. The highlight for me was Bisola and T-Boss. I'm not even going to lie, like, no cap. I like ladies who know what they want and just go for it, you know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I do. I love you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.